Coming up on SUTV News, we'll let you know all about this week's Campus Connect event.
And later, we'll talk about Southern Utah's Pride Week. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Cairo Cook.
And I'm Ryan Sunderman. On Tuesday the 17th, the Southern Utah University Student Association hosted the first Campus Connect of the year. Campus Connects have been designed as a way for students to come together and meet people similar to them. These events include the campus clubs, making information about clubs more accessible for students. The first students to attend always get free pizza, their video game consoles set up, basketball, music, and all different kinds of games.
Campus Connect is an opportunity for students to come and meet different clubs on campus. They invite different clubs every time, and you can come get free pizza and just join different clubs, kind of see what's going on around campus.
Campus Connects try to include all kinds of groups on campus and work with the students to make new experiences.
So we try to go to as many Campus Connects as we can. It's a good opportunity for us to get out there so newer students can understand about what our club does and why it's important. Since we are an outreach program, we primarily deal with doing service and informing people about animals.
Campus Connects are held monthly, and you can follow SUU SPB on Instagram or Twitter for further announcements regarding this event.
SU's art department is hosting Al Faro's latest expedition, Wrath and Reverence, in the Museum of Art. Alongside with the exhibition, Faro had his own Apex event on Thursday where he discussed his career and experience with art. Faro's work has always been driven by a hope to change things and tied directly to his political activism, social commentary. The event being shown is focused entirely on the ties between religion and war by depicting religious buildings made from gun parts and bullets. Faro's work will be displayed in the museum until October 5th.
All of the club presidents on Southern Utah University's campus gathered together on Wednesday, September 11th for the Fall Club Presidents Training. This training takes place every semester and is mandatory for each club to have at least one representative. The speakers covered topics such as scheduling, traveling, and even a discussion on Title IX. Austin Johnson, the Vice President of Clubs, told us his thoughts on this event.
The Fall Presidents Training is very important because it gets all the club presidents together and handles similar issues that they're having with T-Bird Connection, marketing, and just a variety of other topics. We're able to discuss these, have an open panel, and then provide food for these clubs so that they can just be in a more environment that has understanding with their issues.
So did you go to Campus Connect at all, then check out any other clubs that were there?
I actually didn't. I wasn't able to. Did you?
And I did, and I heard that we broke attendance records for the first Campus Connect from last year and also the last one. I think we had some 350, 400 people there from the first hour.
Well, that's good to hear, especially for clubs that are definitely trying to gain traction here on campus.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of small clubs.
Yeah, there's been a few clubs that I know are being worked on within the still office to get off the ground.
Exactly. Coming up, we'll talk about Southern Utah's Pride Week.
And the storm's raging through Houston. We'll be right back.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
One driver is in the hospital after a two-vehicle collision on Lund Highway Tuesday night. The crash involved a Volkswagen Bug, which was T-boned by a Toyota pickup truck. Authorities say that the incident occurred just after 8 p.m. when the driver of the Volkswagen Bug attempted to cross the highway without yielding to traffic. The driver was taken to the Cedar City Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and a passenger in the vehicle was treated at the scene of the incident for minor injuries. The driver of the pickup truck sustained no injuries in the crash.
State of disaster has been declared on Texas due to Tropical Storm Imelda, causing massive flash floods in Houston. The floods have grounded all aircrafts as well as shut down ground transportation. Some hospitals in the area were also forced to evacuate due to power outages and flooding. In addition to the torrential rains in the last 24 hours, the storm has brought over 500,000 lightning strikes. The town of Hampshire, Texas, experienced 6 months' worth of rain in the last 48 hours, and more than 33 inches has fallen in Hampshire since Tuesday. Storm is predicted to continue throughout Friday, but expected to dissipate by Saturday morning.
This week is Pride Week here in Southern Utah. The group Pride of Southern Utah is a non-profit organization seeking change and helping to bring more love into the community. They'll be throwing events all this week between St. George and Cedar City for both LGBTQ+ and community members to enjoy. Students on campus have been getting behind the LGBTQ+ community more and more every year.
I have a lot of friends who identify as LGBTQ, and I think that they just deserve all the love and support that they can get from everybody, so it's really great that we can all come together and show support.
The group is having a community service project, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, this evening at 6:30 in Cedar City. More information can be found at their website, prideofsouthernutah.org.
Have you gone to any Pride events this year?
I haven't. That's something I'm kind of trying to make time out and attend more, because I feel like such a small campus like SUU, you kind of want to get involved and make yourself known as an advocate and stuff like that.
Something I've definitely found a lot of is that there's a lot of Pride members here. How's the weather looking, Grace?
Coming up, I'll let you know if this windy weather is here to stay. Don't go anywhere.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Grace Conley. Today in Cedar, there's a little bit of wind, so it's the perfect day to fly a kite. If you have a kite, grab your kite. If you don't, go to Walmart and buy a kite and fly it outside. We have a high of, it's 70 today, and which is warm, so wear your skirts, your dresses, it's the perfect time. Friday, we have a high of 83 and a low of 48. Take that as you will, bring a jacket wherever you go. Saturday, 88 is the high and 52 is the low. So make sure to prepare for both those temperatures and anything in between. This week, Saturday, it's going to be sunny and very warm. So it's a perfect day to go out, go to Sand Hollow, go to St. George, do something really fun outside. The cold weather is coming up soon, so make sure to go out and do all the summer things now. Sunday, it'll be mostly sunny, and Monday as well. We're looking at 3 days of partial cloud coverage, which is just not awesome. And cloud coverage it happens, so make sure to bring your jackets. Wednesday is sunny, Thursday is sunny, and Friday will also be sunny. If you look at the temperatures, it's going to stay a bit warmer for these next few weeks, but don't forget that fall is coming up, so unpack your winter clothes and your sweaters and get ready for some cold weather coming up in the future. There's a lot of fall activities you can do outside. I know they have a haunted corn maze, which is super fun, so go out and do that, but bring a jacket. And we have some lows as well, so make sure to prepare for that. Thanks, I'm Grace with the weather. Back to the desk.
Thanks for the weather update, Grace. I'm so excited about the fall weather coming up.
I am too, and I know this is blasphemy, especially in the studio, but I don't own a kite. Should I buy a kite?
Why don't you own a kite? That's a regulation to work here. You have to own a kite.
Well, guess I'm fired. No, it just never occurred to me to actually get to Walmart and buy a kite, so I guess I need to do that now.
Well, she gave you the steps on how to do it, so now you know how to. Go to Walmart, buy a kite, fly the kite.
The only thing she didn't tell me was how to put it together and how much it costs, which is kind of important.
Well, that's why you buy the kite. It's on you see the price at Walmart. She gave you the essentials, really.
I disagree.
For a kite, it doesn't matter how expensive it is. You should just always get it.
I'm not so sure about
Kites
that.
are that important.
I'm not buying a $100 kite. That's all I'm saying.
Mine is $200.
That's so not worth it.
I use it every day. They tell me to fly.
If I buy a kite, I'm buying a $30 kite. If that, I'll buy a cheap kite that lasts me hopefully a good amount of time.
Lasts you one day.
It won't last me one day. I mean, I'm not that reckless with my kites.
Well, regardless of kites, I am very excited about the fall weather. I'm more excited for football season because football is always more, it's always the perfect weather, have a little bit more of a chill. Yeah. Not excited for the December games where we're going to be.
I don't think we have any December games,
November, October games where we're going to be bundled up in coats because it'll snow for sure. That happens every single year.
Yeah, especially in November.
Yeah, but I'm excited for this small little snippet we have of 2 or 3 football games with the perfect weather.
Yeah, the way I've always kind of heard the seasons described is like faux summer, or faux fall, and I think that's what we're in right now.
Yeah.
I think we're in faux fall where it feels like fall, but it's not quite fall, and I'm waiting for true fall to rear her head.
Yeah, I completely am exactly where you are. That is where I actually want to live in. I love that faux fall feeling.
Yeah.
With the leaves changing, I guess I'm kind of basic that way.
Yeah. Here's a quick look at what's coming up next in sports.
Coming up on SUTV Sports, we've got a recap of last week's football game and a look into SU volleyball. Stay tuned.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Listen up. Each year, hundreds of promising research studies go unfunded for breast cancer, for lung cancer, every cancer. The American Cancer Society has been behind nearly every breakthrough in recent history. But there's still more work to do. So let's make sure that no research is silenced. Let's make noise. Let's make noise. Yeah. And let's finish the fight.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Toxic chemicals and carcinogens are leaching into the environment. It's happening right where we live, work, and play. Everywhere. Cigarette butts are toxic waste. Let's stop the toxic litter. Learn more at rethinkbutts.org.
Welcome back to SUTV Sports. I'm Connor Aist. The Southern Utah University football team got their first win of the year in an electrifying game in Cedar City on Saturday. It didn't come easy, though, as Stephen F. Austin came to Eccles Coliseum hungry for their first win as well. The Thunderbirds took control of the game early after a 33-yard field goal by Kiko Sasaoka on the team's opening possession. After blasting Lumberjack quarterback Trey Self and forcing a fumble, the T-Birds pulled out a little trickery and pulled off a reverse pass that saw wide receiver Lance Lawson throw a touchdown to quarterback Chris Helbig for a 10-0 lead. In the second quarter, Helbig returned the favor to Lawson and hit him for a 12-yard strike after Lumberjack field goal to go up 17-3. With momentum on the T-Birds side, Lumberjack cornerback Eli Jones took a tip pass 76 yards the other way to make it 17-10 and punched in another short TD run to tie it up before halftime. Stephen F. Austin scored first in the second half, but SU answered back with a 55-yard bomb from Helbig to Lawson. After a couple back-and-forth scores, SU found themselves down a touchdown with a minute 12 left. Running back Thomas Duckett found a crease and took it 17 yards to tie the game and force overtime. In OT, the Thunderbirds began with the ball, and after 8 plays, James Falila scored on an 11-yard run to put SU up 45-38. The Lumberjacks had a chance to score and force another overtime, but the T-Bird defense held as the Lumberjacks couldn't convert on 4th down. Head coach Demario Warren knew this game was what his team needed.
I'm so proud of how they fought, how they didn't give up, how they believed in each other. And with our schedule, we're going to play a lot of games like this, and we have to learn how to win them. So it would have been nice to come out of here with a 30, 40-point win, but at the end of the day, this team needs to learn how to win close games, and I hope today was a good lesson for them.
SUU will travel to Brookings, South Dakota to play 3rd-ranked South Dakota State Jackrabbits this Saturday. The game starts at 5 p.m. and will be broadcast on Pluto TV. After coming off a 1-2 performance at the FAU Invitational last weekend, SUU volleyball will travel to Reno for the Nevada Invitational this weekend. The 6-3 T-Birds have already matched last season's win total and will look to keep the wins coming in Reno. They'll face the University of Nevada on Friday, Cal Baptist on Saturday, and Gonzaga on Sunday. Senior Shannon Webb continues to lead the team in kills with 125. Stacey Hone has recorded 101, and Katie Montgomery has 57. The T-Birds are hoping setter Alexis Averett will return this weekend after a full week of practice. The senior has not played since hurting her shoulder 2 weeks ago. The Big Sky Conference is carefully watching a California bill that could affect the landscape of the conference with schools such as UC Davis, Cal Poly, and Sacramento State. The bill may also determine if SUU is allowed to keep playing these schools in all sports. SUU's Kurt Meekum has more on the bill's current status in California.
Thank you, Mr. President. I came to the...
On September 11, 2019, the California Senate passed State Bill 206 with an astonishing 72-0 mark. The bill makes it illegal for schools in the state to remove a student-athlete's scholarship for making money off their own image and likeness.
Everybody's going to react because they know he's a big-time player.
The bill is considered a landmark in allowing college athletes to be paid, which is currently banned by the NCAA.
He just outrun Stanford.
However, several college stars have voiced their opposition.
And if I could support my team, support my college, support my university, that's what it's all about. But now we're changing it from us, from we, from my university, from being an alumni where I care, which makes college football and college sports special, to then, okay, it's not about us, it's not about we, it's just about me.
Current coaches against the bill say it makes those schools have an advantage.
If you create a recruiting advantage beyond what already exists, I think it's going to be very difficult. I think there will be a huge imbalance and you'll destroy college football.
The NCAA has said they will ban all schools in the state from championship games in all sports if the bill becomes law.
To the ground game, and USC bangs it home.
The bill's author, Nancy Skinner, is ready to take the threat head on.
That this is a hollow threat, that this is to scare us. Notice that the NCAA did not say they would forbid California colleges from participating at all.
The support from the state Senate also inspired South Carolina to draft a similar bill.
Watch that catch. I mean, some guys are just blessed.
For SUTV, I'm Kurt Meekum.
The post, touchdown UCLA.
Governor Gavin Newsom now has until October 11th to sign the bill into law, where it would take effect in January of 2023. For SUTV Sports, I'm Connor Aist.
Thanks for the update, Connor. That's crazy about that new bill.
Yeah, that could have some serious repercussions, especially in cross-state conferences like the Big Sky Conference or the Pac-12 Conference.
Yeah, it definitely has. I think that it's seeing the view from California, but then taking it outside to like schools like us where a majority come, or not majority, but quite a bit come from California. It definitely affects us as a school.
Yeah, it could affect the conference as a whole if. Let's say UC Davis has a banner year and they do extraordinarily well. Are they not going to be able to compete in the conference championship? We don't know.
Depending on what the governor decides to do. Next up, our reporter Grace Conley is back to let you know what's up around campus.
And a look at the International Fair's Oktoberfest. We'll be right back.
I'm hungry.
I can't see the board.
Good morning, class. Everyone ready to learn today?
Of course they aren't ready. Across America, health barriers keep millions of disadvantaged school children from learning. Children's Health Fund is working to remove those barriers. But to really change the odds for these kids, we need your help. To find out how you can give every child a chance to be healthy and ready to learn, visit childrenshealthfund.org today.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and one person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No?
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They also give screenings for cancer, and
They do everything, I know.
they're helpful. They're great.
SUU's monthly Campus Connect. It's a place where people can go and support clubs or just go find new interests in clubs. They had free pizza, basketball games, they had really awesome swag giveaways. So make sure you go to the next one. The next one is October 15th. These happen every month, so it's such an awesome way to support the clubs. Next, Mr. SUU is this Friday, September 20th. Go out to that and show your support for everyone in the show. I know there's going to be a lot of cool talents being showcased. Make sure you go watch those. It's going to be a lot of fun. In big news, next week is SUU's annual Homecoming Week. It starts off Monday with a dive-in movie from 5 to 10 at the SUU pool in the PE building. Aladdin will be playing for family members from 5 to 7, and then Aquaman is specifically for college students from 7:30 to 10. So go out to that, go watch those movies. I know the engineering building is also throwing an event the next day at the SUU pool in the PE building. They're going to have a paper boat competition. So go out to that if you have those skills, if you like building things, it should be a lot of fun. Miss SUU Homecoming pageant is September 24th, so make it out to that. I'm Grace with Campus Happenings. Back to the desk.
Wait, I don't agree with that.
Thanks for the update, Grace. 27-year-old Cody Lee from 2L, Utah is declared the winner of the 14th season of America's Got Talent. Although Lee has autism and is blind, he auditioned for America's Got Talent in 2019 by performing Leon Russell's A Song for You. He then received the Golden Buzzer, sending him straight to the live show. Cody breezed through the multiple rounds of the show, finally making it to the finals, where he performed You Are the Reason with the special guest Leona Lewis.
A recently new disc golf course has been open in Cedar City for about 5 months, and students have had the opportunity to try it out. The course lies on the north end of town, across from the cemetery and next to the Cedar Ridge Golf Course. There are 18 holes, and the course has its share of both challenging and easy holes. If players don't own their own discs, they can be rented for free from the BLM office here in Cedar City. The course is advertised for beginners and is well marked. The BLM is encouraging everyone to come out and play on the course.
Southern Utah University's International Affairs Department hosted their first large event of the season on September 18th in the ballroom. Our reporter, Bailey Dyer, has more of the story.
SUU International Affairs welcomes the 2019 fall season this year by going global on their take of Oktoberfest.
Aw, you're so cute with your little chair. That is so quiet. That's not our fault.
The festival, which includes German food, non-alcoholic beer, and games for all ages, has become an SUU tradition. This year's festival comes with a twist, the inclusion of a multicultural tradition, blending ideas from Oktoberfest all around the world.
It was so much fun. The event was a great collaboration between International Affairs and the community. We brought our family and we had a blast. Between all of the family-friendly games they had, all of the tasty food, it just turned out to be a really great evening, and it was really fun to experience a little bit of Germany in our own hometown.
International Affairs will be hosting their next event, International Food Fair, in October. For more information, check in at their Student Center office.
This upcoming game.
Okay. Thanks for the coverage, Bailey.
So this upcoming game should be pretty good, or what are we?
Well, SU got a huge win on Saturday.
Yeah.
First win of the year. They needed it big time. But the downside is they're playing one of the best teams in all of FCS football. South Dakota State.
They're number 3.
They're number 3.
Right?
They're number 3. They've already played another top 10 team against Northern Iowa. So it's going to be tough. Believe in miracles.
Keep our fingers crossed. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Carol Cook.
I'm Grace Conley.
I'm Connor Aist.
And I'm Ryan Sunderman. Tune in Tuesday for our next show.